Hey guys, we are back with another one, a CCA's interview, which is part of our outreach series. For those who don't know, my name is Aaliyah. I am a CCA intern and a junior at St. Peter's University in Jersey City, New Jersey, majoring in biology, aspiring to become a craniofacial surgeon. I too was born with a facial difference called golden heart syndrome that came with a long road of surgeries, therapies, and a lot of rehabilitation. But you guys already know it never stopped me from achieving any of my goals. So today I am joined with Liz Adams. Liz is a co-founder of Courageously Kind and the co-host of Courageously Kind podcast. She is a rising junior in college studying multimedia communications. Liz is very passionate about face equality, positive media representation, and inclusivity. Welcome, Liz. It is a pleasure to have you on our series.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited for you to be here as well. Thank you for joining and sharing your time with us. How you been today?
Oh, it's been great. It's raining today. We had kind of a bit of a drought, so I'm so excited to see the rain.
You love
Yeah.
rain? You love rain?
Yes, it's so beautiful and wet and loud. It's been great. I'm loving it.
To start us off, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. I mean, I think you did a great job of encompassing everything. But I like to call myself a student, not only a junior in college now, which is crazy, but I feel like right now in this season of my life, I just feel like a student in all aspects. I feel like I'm learning so much about myself and the world around me and the visually different community that I'm so happy to be a part of. So I think, yeah, I think I would just kind of describe myself right now as someone who's learning a lot.
I love that. I would like to say you have a powerful platform and personality. And my question for you is, what is your main goal or message you're trying to put into the world with your videos and your podcast?
Yeah. Ooh, well, I think it all comes back to kindness.
Yeah.
Our name is Courageously Kind, and I think that really tries to encompass and encapsulate that
Mhm.
we all have the courage to be kind. And
Right.
kindness does sometimes take courage. So we
Right.
all have that courage inside of us. And if we can just tap into that and encourage each other and motivate each other to all
Right.
try our best to practice kindness, then we can definitely make the world a better place.
We really can. And I love your response. As us being born with golden heart syndrome, for me, it took me a minute to get on social media and to even show myself. So, what inspired you to even get started on social media and why decide to do podcasting?
Yeah, you know what? I think I kind of have a love-hate relationship with social media.
How is it? Oh my gosh, yeah.
Really. And I'm still, again, learning how I
Yeah,
interact and use social media and how it impacts me.
right.
Um, I really love being able to be an advocate for kindness and for face equality, and in a way that helps me feel less self-conscious
Yeah.
because it's like I'm approaching these platforms with a specific intention and purpose in mind. And that kind of helps me stop comparing myself to other people, stop feeling maybe anxious about showing my face. I mean, I still, the pictures that I post are very selected, and I still got a little work to do on that, I think. But I think having that kind of message and that motivation to spread kindness kind of maybe overcompensates a little bit for the fears that I still
Mhm.
have a little bit.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
I I totally understand when you said the pictures you post are pretty selective. Like
Mhm.
some of the pictures I have are pretty selective as well. So like I feel like it takes time, we're on the right track, but
We're
like
getting
it
there.
takes time fast. And I just know both of us, we are gonna thrive so well. Oh my gosh.
It's such a good feeling to know that we're in this together too, that we're not alone.
Exactly. Thank you
Yeah.
for everything you're doing.
Oh my God, thank you. Thank you for everything you're doing. I feel like whenever I look at your social media, I just feel so empowered and inspired of we are all in this together. This is a community. We're doing it. So thank you.
No, Liz, like I literally when I first discover your page and courageously kind and your podcast, yes, I listen to your podcast, and yes, it's daily, yes. And when I first saw heard your podcast, I was like, oh my gosh, someone I could relate to, someone I could listen to and just have comfort with, and just it takes a lot to do a podcast and to be vulnerable and to be advocate and just just be yourself on the podcast. So again, like, keep doing you, because you are out here making a difference.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for saying that. Thank you.
My next question for you is, how has being an advocate slash influencer changed you in any way? Or like,
Hmm.
has being an advocate and influencer changed you in any way? Like, how does it change you?
I think I think it totally has changed me. I think I have this new confidence, not only in advocacy, but just in like my daily life. I feel like I carry myself differently. I don't feel as scared to go out in public. I don't
Right.
feel as anxious to be in large crowds or to meet new people. And I think that comes from, again, this empowering, embracing community. Um, but it also, I think, has made me very, very mindful about my intentions.
Mm-hmm.
Maddie and I have sometimes been called kindness influencers. Um, and I'm trying to embrace that term, but I also want to make sure that my intentions are clear and good. That it's never about views or numbers or anything like that. It's about our message of kindness.
And so you mentioned you have a sister. I know you have a twin sister.
Do.
How is it having a twin sister? I want to know.
I love it. It's the best. I really can't complain. I mean, I'm so lucky to have like a built-in best friend.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing. And she really has become an advocate for our community as well. I
Yeah.
sometimes think she's a better advocate than me some days. But I think maybe she has that quote unquote privilege of not being in the community, but knowing how the community is impacted.
Right.
And
Right.
I really see her as kind of like a bridge between our community and the world around us. So I'm just so freaking lucky, man. I feel so grateful.
Because every time I see you both on social media, I'm like, oh my god, this is such a powerful duo right here. Because
A lot of people get surprised when we say that we're twins.
yeah,
We first say, oh, we're sisters. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. And it's like, we're twins. And it's like,
yeah,
oh. I
yeah,
think people really do have this conception that twins have to look
right,
identical, very, very similar.
right,
And we're kind of like breaking that stereotype a little bit.
right,
So I just think when I was younger, it used to impact me more
yeah.
than it does now. Now I kind of find it funny when people ask if we're identical because we do not look identical at all. But
You know,
yeah.
my next question for you is, how has growing up with a facial difference impact your life?
Hmm. I love this question. I used to look at questions like this from a negative standpoint of like, how has this like impacted your life? I don't know if you've experienced this, but I've had interviews or TV producers email me and they want like this very sad image and they want me to talk about how terrible my life has been. But
Really?
really, yeah, but really, I think my facial difference has made my life so much more beautiful than I could have ever
Yeah.
imagined. I feel like it's given me such purpose, and I
Mhm.
feel like it's given me such direction and focus and motivation.
Mhm.
It's given me this beautiful community with so many friends that are so beautiful and so inspiring and uplifting. So I feel like when I think about how it's impacted my life,
Mhm.
it's made it better than I could have ever imagined.
Yeah. And it's crazy and it's sad that society tries to make our stories into like a sad. We are not a sad story. We
Mhm.
are. I feel like we are like the like. What can I say for us
We're
about
like
that?
the hero story, man. Like we are
I'm
like
I was gonna say that, but I was like, let me
Yeah.
think it's cooler. But yeah, the heroes. No, seriously. So I think you answered this question already, but I think it was like a little note, but like let's get into it more. Do you feel differently about yourself now from how you felt when you were younger?
I do. I really do. I just got a letter to my past self that I wrote
Uh,
a couple years ago, and it was like, oh, so gut wrenching and so beautiful, and to uh, look at my younger self and look at where she was and how she felt, and I think she was really scared. I think when I was younger, the world scared me. I didn't want to leave my little bubble. I wanted to be as quiet and as under the radar as I could be because I didn't want to bring any more attention to myself.
right,
Um, but with my sister and finding this basically different community, I didn't find the community until I was in high school. Really, I really didn't find any connection to it until social media, and
yeah,
I was maybe like 13, 14.
that's
But
young though.
yeah, yeah, it is. It is.
That's
Think,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
like
Um, I love it. So I feel like, yeah, I think I I feel like I've grown, and also I feel like I have so much more growing to do.
yeah.
So I feel like it's always a work in progress.
It really is. I am right beside you. I felt every word that you just said. I still have a lot more growing to do. So you are not alone. I am right, right beside you. Liz, my last question for you is, do you have any advice that you wish your younger self would have received?
Oh,
I know this is it's a good
oh,
one.
I think I would tell my younger self, don't waste your time living in fear.
Hmm.
Don't waste time, don't waste opportunities because you're scared. Do them anyways. Do them scared. Do the thing fearful, but still go and try and put yourself out there. Um, and you don't need to be scared. I
Uh,
think that's what I would tell her.
oh my God, that's literally what I tell myself every day. That's crazy how you say that. Stepping out of your comfort zone leads you to the best places ever. Like you
Absolutely.
wouldn't even think. I appreciate you for coming on and just sharing your journey with us.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.
Yeah, it was okay. But again, thank you so much, Liz. It has been a pleasure chatting with you today. If our audience wants to learn more about you, where can they follow you on any social media?
Absolutely. So you can go to courageouslykind.org, and that's kind of like our little hub for everything. We are Courageously Kind Podcast on Instagram, Courageously Kind on TikTok, and our podcast, you can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts.
You guys are on TikTok? Let me go follow you guys right now. I didn't know that. Okay, good. But we appreciate you sharing your time with us, and I look forward to chatting with you again in the future. Thank you so much, Liz.
Thank you.